Mighty music there from our artist in residence, the Leitrim Equation. Now, there was a bit of an argument actually before we came on air whether that last tune was called The Plough in the Stars or The Plough and the Stars. And maybe, I think actually Seamus Begley settled it very, very carefully when he said, well, there is a plough in the stars and there is a play called The Plough and the Stars. So play in the stars could be right, or equally so Plough and the Stars. Is that right, Donald?
We'll have to put it to a vote.
Donald Lunny, it's great to see you in this part of the world. You know, there's no doubt about it. You've come here as part of the Leitrim Equation. What are you finding about Leitrim music that's sort of interesting?
Refreshing.
Good.
Exhausting. But very enjoyable, yeah. It's great to be here. Yeah. I love being in this part of the country, yeah.
And of course, it's not your first time in this part of the country. You must have felt that you really landed on your feet, not only when you got to play with the likes of Seamus Begley and John Carty, a dangerous occupation by any manner or means.
I jumped at it.
But you also were interested in the waterways of Leitrim. You've been interested in boating for a long, long time.
It's quite true, yeah. I went on a boating trip up the Shannon about 30 years ago, and I've been about half a dozen times since. It's highly addictive and absolutely a lovely thing to do. It's very therapeutic, very relaxing and tranquilizing. I'd recommend it to anybody.
Yeah.
A trip on the Shannon.
Isn't it well for some? Isn't it well for some? There's no doubt about it.
Absolutely.
But, you know, you've had you're not just an Irish dimension to your music. I remember you way back from Plankstein, of course, and Spiceland, We4, all these different bands. But you've had an international reputation as well, because all those bands more or less toured all over Europe.
We were there.
Yeah.
We were.
And you've lived, you've survived.
Leitrim and everywhere, huh?
Yeah. Well, you've made it when you finally made it to Leitrim.
This is true.
Yeah. Donald, it's a pleasure to talk to you, and we're going to get lots more music from you throughout the night. Now, Drumshambo is a place where we have lots and lots of music, as I discovered, because that's where I live myself. But about 21, 22 years ago, a lady called Nancy Woods decided that Joe Mooney, who was the father of Senator Pascal Mooney, should be remembered. And she founded the Joe Mooney Summer School. It's gone from strength to strength. There were 1,200 singers, musicians, dancers there, children of all ages, old people, young people, to learn how to play traditional Irish music. Now, one of the tutors at the Joe Mooney Summer School is a man over here. He's with his dad, Tom Martin, and Mossy Martin. Can you see us over there?
Can indeed, Charlie. Hello.
Good to see you. Mossy Martin, you're a wonderful fiddle player, we know that. Tell us,
you're very kind.
You're a tutor with the Joe Mooney Summer School, but what else is there in your life in music in Leitrim?
Well, there's a course for adults of all ages and all levels and all instruments that was born out of the Joe Mooney Summer School. It's running for about 15 years, administered by the County Leitrim VEC, and currently there's over 30 students on the course, and people from all over the continent, the world even, from Italy and Germany and France have done the course. And it's a great opportunity for anybody that's interested to learn a bit of traditional Irish music and song and dance.
So if you want to learn to play music like Mossy and like Tom, you're going to have a listen to what they can do now. You know, these are a couple of tunes that are very strange. Is it The Priest You Want is the first one, and Johnny Mickey's. Tom and Mossy Martin. Dom Martin there and his son Mossy, and it's great to hear they have strange names for it. Some people call it a harmonica, some people call it a mouth organ, some people call it a blues harp, but I have a notion I've heard it called in Leitrim the French fiddle, believe it or not. But it was great music there. Well done, lads. Now, weren't they fantastic? Now, we have a very good competition for you, a very valuable prize. So have a look at this.
We're offering you and a friend an opportunity of a lifetime to come here to County Leitrim as our very special guests. Your prize includes a 3-night stay in luxurious Lochrain Castle located in the heart of the County Leitrim countryside. This hotel is one of Ireland's premier getaway locations and the ideal base from which to explore. You'll get to cruise along the River Shannon courtesy of the Moon River pleasure boat. You'll also eat in some of County Leitrim's finest restaurants. We'll introduce you and your companion to the complete Leitrim experience, ensuring you get to see and do as much as possible during your stay with us. Your prize includes flights from any of 25 different overseas markets with access to Ireland West Airport Knock, and car hire is included for the duration of your stay. Simply click on the competition link on this page to enter. Winners will be announced later on in this webcast here on IrelandWestTrad.com.
Well, all you've got to do is click, click, click. Well, now we've already had 4,000 people who have clicked on the website for that competition. So there are a potential 13 million out there who can click. You all have a chance of winning that great prize. So click, click, click all the way. Now, we're going to have a lovely song now, and it's going to be sung in our native language, Os Gaeilge, as we say here, but in Irish. It's Seamus, and he's going to sing it, and it's you're going to love this. This is one called Plúirín na Mán, or The Flower of Women.
Nádach fáilm sa go cúnta liadrim a Plúirín na Mán náológ do bhearin similbhachas mar gealir a Plúirín na Mán náológ Bordán gallo a húrin an iarchúd fin agus beolen ol na niegsúd Cad colata agus of labachlúd enmidid a Plúirín na Mán Doch nog sa chúi tí lorm lé mar bheith réiltan tí an gom Sta ví sa caint is a córa le Gannach go park na mó She's cost heaven all God hogus discrete femalai Ni rev ni daniarch she not yell in the gal She Plúirín na Mán
I can say is, Robbie Williams, look out, your job is under threat. Wasn't that wonderful from Seamus Begley? Really, really music. Well, we'd like to hear from you. We'd like to know where you are, where you're watching us from, and you can send us a message on the message box on this website, or you can go into our Facebook site, or you can send us also, we're also on Twitter as well. We've had a number of messages already. Uli, he sends greetings to all listeners and viewers from Munster, not in Ireland, but Munster in Germany. How about that, folks? Oh, you're talking. Sabrina Glud, Denmark is very much in the fashion. I was watching The Killing last night, and then she's watching us from Denmark. I hope she isn't killing too many people. But anyway, Patricia is watching with friends in Italy, of all places. There you go. Hello to Gabby and Simon Spangler. They're in Bochum in Germany. Now, we're truly international at this point in the evening. Now, I used to occasionally be asked to join in with a band called Shee Bean years ago. And at that time, there were Kevin O'Brien, Tommy Guihan, and Tommy is an old friend of mine. I remember him since he was a boy. And I remember him winning the underage All-Ireland and then winning the senior All-Ireland concert flute. Pat Sweeney, who's some kind of a salesman or other. I'm not too sure what he does, but he's a great banjo player as well. John Dwyer is with them as well on the keyboards. So would you welcome Shee Bean? Well, I hope you're enjoying all this music at home. Wasn't that just fantastic? I know our audience here are just jumping out of their seats. They're bursting to dance, but there's no room. Give Shee Bean a big round of applause. Weren't they fantastic? Well, I think it was the 17th century when Turlough O'Carolan was in his prime, and indeed there are a few people around the audience here who remember him well. But he was a regular visitor. Tell me, who was Liam? You remember him, right? Me particularly, yeah. But he was a regular visitor to Leitrim in his time, in that he travelled around all the big houses where he was sort of welcomed, and he entertained the landlords and the different people at the time who had big houses. But one of the places that he stayed in was quite close to Lough Scurr. It was the house of a man called Squire George Reynolds. And he didn't put a tooth in it when he was talking. He wasn't a bit shy about coming forward. And he sort of said to Turlough, look, he says, you're no great shakes on the harp, if you don't mind my saying so. So maybe you should look at composing a few tunes. So the very first tune that he composed was written for a place just right beside Lough Scurr, a place called Shee Bean, Shee Moor. And indeed, they have special ceremonies there to this day on Shee Bean, on Shee Moor, in fact, around the middle of the summer. So that might be something you'd like to go to when you come here. So the first time I heard the tune was actually by a band called Planxty. And curious enough, Donal Lunny is here with us tonight. We're going to hand over to our Leitrim Equation for their version of Shee Bean, Shee Moor. God, I have to say, I love that tune. It's the wonderful Turlough O'Carolan tune called Shee Bean, Shee Moor. Now, some messages coming in. This is one for Keith, our sound engineer. He'd say he'd like to hear a bit more bazooka. Or he means bouzouki, of course. So if you turn up the bouzouki there for HS in France. Seamus has other things in his mind. He doesn't want to hear any bouzouki over there. Turn down the box. Okay, we'll take a bit of banjo as well. There's an Irish fella, all the Irish fellas in Brazil playing along to the music, and they actually have their bazookas out over there in Brazil as we speak. Tony is watching this wonderful webcast from Andalusia in Spain, and his heart is with us here in Ireland. Julie Harrison says she's bopping along to the music in her chair in the UK. There you go. And Elaine is watching from Texas and says a big hello. One more from Steffi in Hanover in Germany. She visited Ireland this year, and her heart is still there. Now, previous to coming on air, over the last number of months, we've been inviting people to submit their photographs of Leitrim that they have maybe in their photo archives. And we've just been overwhelmed with the number of photographs and the quality of the photographs. So we're going to give you a look of some of the pictures that we picked out. We're going to have a look at them now. You'll love these in the audience. Look up carefully at the screens there if you want to see them. Now, these are our finalists in the competition. The first one is of Loch Melvin. Anybody who does a bit of trout fishing, well, it's by Jonas Dello, and a great place to visit altogether is Loch Melvin, up there by Kinloch. Loch Rinn is where you'll be able to look out from Loch Rinn Castle if you win that wonderful prize. Anne Bolton, she sent in that picture. Isn't it beautiful? Now, this is where we used to get our television from years and years ago. It's a place called Trustmore in the County Sligo, and that was done by Marty Cook. Megan Devaney, she did her. Wouldn't you love to be sitting in that chair there? It's a place called Carrick-on-Shannon Lake in Leitrim as well. And our last picture in this particular 5 is the beautiful woodland scene. Isn't that beautiful there in Val Robus from Dromahare? Give them all those a big round of applause. They're just absolutely fantastic. Now, Fona Maxwell is a lady who had a lovely, lovely album out of Leitrim songs that she'd, not just songs that she collected, but some songs that she'd written herself. She does all these songs without any accompaniment, and sometimes I think it's the best way. There's nothing to get in the way. Our friend Paddy Ryan on Shannon Side Northern Sound would say, no old gimmicks at all, just straight singing. And she's with us tonight. Fona Maxwell, you're up there. How are you getting on?
Good, thanks, Charlie.
Good. Come up a little bit closer to the microphone so we can hear what you're saying. You know, you collect a lot of songs. Where do you collect them from?
Oh, collect them from all over. People, I've asked loads of people for songs, and I know there are more songs out there, so if we could get a few more songs, always looking for Leitrim songs. Ballinamore Library, the women are excellent there as well for giving us a couple of songs. And just in the family as well, the first song I learned was Shores of Loch Brannan. That was a song that was in the family. Mm-hmm. But I treasure Leitrim songs, if I can get them wherever I can get them.
Yeah, and your album is called?
Sing a Leitrim song.
And they are all Leitrim songs.
They are all Leitrim songs.
But you write songs as well, Finola, and I just think there's some of them are very, what is it, The Bachelor from Drumsna, one of them?
That's right,
and
yeah.
they're very humorous songs.
They are. I've written, a couple of humorous songs. Now, I also write songs, I suppose, that are serious as well. As I say, sense of place, Leitrim is important to me, so I like to commemorate events and commemorate people. But I'm inspired by, sometimes just something that happens and you just suddenly spark off something from that. And
well, you've got one of the finest guitar accompanists in the country with you there. He's not only, I call him, he loves that. They call him the singing county councillor. That's what he's known as. And he's been known to get up at council meetings and play his guitar just to get over some point that he didn't want people to hear. But his name is John McCartan, of course, and you're going to sing a song from us now. Would you give a big round of applause to Finola Maxwell, and she's going to sing Handsome Polly-O.
Didn't I give you your answer long, long ago? I gave you your answer long, long ago, that I ne'er intend to roam into any foreign soil, or to marry a poor soldier in the army, oh, and when she came in presence of her captain, oh, when she came in presence of her captain, as she made him there to stand with his cap and gun in hand, and she laughed him to scorn to his soldiers, the regiment got the rout into Ivy, the regiment got the rout into Ivy, But the captain, he fell sick, and he died all in a week. And it was all for the love of handsome Polly, oh, and all for the love of handsome Polly, oh. Ah, the captain, he fell sick, and he died all in a week. And it was all for the love of handsome Polly, oh. Ah, the soldiers came to mourn for their captain, oh. The soldiers came to mourn for their captain, oh. For if Polly wouldn't do, they would get a better view. They were far better girls out in Ivy, oh.
Hey. Fona Maxwell there and John McCartan. And in order to be a county councillor, you have to have another string to your bow in this part of the world. And our next guest is somebody who I think he became a county councillor or was elected a county councillor, not so much for his other qualities, but for the quality of his legs. You see, our next county councillor is actually a football referee as well. He has also won the Mohill Knobbly Knees competition for 3 years running, and I think he deserves a round of applause for that alone.
You want to see my knees? Yeah.
And the Stenson, I've seen your knees, and very nice they are.
Absolutely,
too.
yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
I agree.
And the Connacht Fleadh is coming to Carrick-on-Shannon for 2013. What exactly is a fleadh?
Well, Charlie, a fleadh, the meaning of fleadh comes from the Irish word fleadh. No, isn't that
That's pretty good.
simple? That's pretty simple for a start. But it's a celebration.
Yeah.
So Fleadh is a celebration or a festival of music. The first Connacht Fleadh was held in Carrick-on-Shannon, actually.
Really?
In 1962.
You're not just saying that.
I'm not just saying that. Okay. I wouldn't tell a lie. Councillors don't tell lies. But it was held in 1962. That's 50 years ago. So it'll be 51 years ago next year.
So you're not. It's not just. We used to always think of fleadhs as part of competition. That the competitions and all the different. But there's an awful lot more to the Connacht Fleadh in Carrick-on-Shannon 400 years.
Carrick-on-Shannon 400, as you know, we're celebrating Carrick-on-Shannon 400. We're celebrating the gathering. We're celebrating the Connacht Fleadh in Carrick. And in the run-up to the Connacht Fleadh, we're having what's called a Hup Festival. You know what the meaning of Hup is?
No, tell me, what the Hup is it?
Well, you've actually heard it when the boys were playing here. Hup, changing.
Can we have a Hup from everybody?
Yeah. Hup, Hup!
Hey,
Yeah.
that's it. No.
Well, we have the Hup Festival, which is full of everything Irish. Music, song, dance, everything. You mentioned Shee there earlier on. We're having a trad session on top of Shee that week.
Why wouldn't you?
Absolutely, and you will be invited up there yourself, and I hope that somebody will be available to bring you up. There'll be donkey rides right up to the top of Shee and all that. So anybody who doesn't feel like walking, we'll be up to the top of Shee But we will have a wonderful week of Irish music, song and dance that week in Carrick-on-Shannon. We're inviting people from right across the world, actually.
Yeah.
We're not inviting them for anything, or we're not asking them for anything. We're giving them a celebration of Irish music, song and dance, and of Irish culture when we get them to Carrick-on-Shannon. Anybody that comes to Carrick-on-Shannon, or any part of Leitrim, in that week, will be delighted. They will thoroughly enjoy it, and come along.
Are you finished?
No, but go ahead.
Well, I've heard of the Grand Canyon. It's the Grand Canyon me arse, as they say. Come to Leitrim and get a donkey ride to the top of Shee Moor.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, if you want to see, we have a little bit of videotape here and show you what exactly an Irish music festival is like. Here we are, it's Pascal Mooney.
Leitrim is known for its tradition of Irish music that has never been stronger than it is today. Each town and village throughout the county plays host to a festival during the year, and one of its most famous is the Joe Mooney Summer School in Drumshanbo, which attracts people from all over the world. At all Leitrim festivals, music lovers, dancers, musicians are guaranteed a really good time. Well into the small hours, if that's what you like.
Pictures there, mostly from the Joe Mooney Summer School in Drumshanbo up there on the High Street, and that wasn't staged, that's how it actually was, because I was there. Now back to some live music now from our Leitrim Equation group. They're going to play a couple of tunes for us. They called The Frost Is All Over and A Trip to the Cottage. Well, definitely a good bit of hopping went on in that one. It was fantastic. The last tune there the boys played was called A Trip to the Cottage. And in our special prize this evening that you all out there have a chance to win, all you've got to do is you'll see the instructions at the end of this.
We're offering you and a friend an opportunity of a lifetime to come here to County Leitrim as our very special guests. Your prize includes a 3-night stay in luxurious Lochrain Castle located in the heart of the County Leitrim countryside. This hotel is one of Ireland's premier getaway locations and the ideal base from which to explore. You'll get to cruise along the River Shannon courtesy of the Moon River pleasure boat. You'll also eat in some of County Leitrim's finest restaurants. We'll introduce you and your companion to the complete Leitrim experience, ensuring you get to see and do as much as possible during your stay with us. Your prize includes flights from any of 25 different overseas markets with access to Ireland West Airport Knock, and car hire is included for the duration of your stay. Simply click on the competition link on this page to enter. Winners will be announced later on in this webcast here on IrelandWestTrad.com.
Well, there you are. All you've got to do is click, 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 and don't forget to tell your friends to click, click, click as well. As we say, there are a potential 15 million people that are watching this webcast tonight from all over the world, so they're all going to be click, click, clicking. So if you do it on click, click, click fairly fast, we have over 7,000 already people who have clicked for this competition. So we want to make sure that everybody's a chance to win it. Now, Leitrim Roots was something that sort of took place about 3 or 4 years ago. Maybe everything seems like 3 or 4 years ago, and probably was 10 years ago. But Leitrim County Council had an initiative where they sort of wanted people to come back to discover their roots in Leitrim, anybody who maybe had a grandmother, great-grandfather, whatever it was in Leitrim. Now, it's been resurrected again next year, 2013, the year of the gathering. And with me is Joe Lowe. Tell me, what is Leitrim Roots and how is it going to be in 2013?
Well, Leitrim Roots is a 9-day event. It's a festival of activities. how you trace your roots. It is geared towards people from Leitrim and people from the whole Irish community. And it's a whole 9 days of activities to help you experience Irish culture, trace your ancestors, find out about the famine, and also engage with the local community. So it's a whole range of events for engaging, finding what the whole Irish experience is all about.
Well, there's a great program on the television. It's on all the channels called Who Do You Think You Are? And, you know, where people, you know, famous people, some not so famous, and they try and find out if somebody comes and they happen to have maybe a great-grandfather who was from Leitrim and they arrive into Carrick-on-Shannon or Ballinamore or somewhere like that, can they go about really tracing where they came from?
Oh, really? There's a professional genealogy service there in Ballinamore. You can get your whole ancestors straight down back into the 1800s. It has happened that about 1,000 people a year come to Ballinamore to get their ancestors researched. It's a terribly emotional thing. We have a lot of people coming from America that do the whole circle of their ancestors left in the 1800s, and they never got an opportunity to come back, and they come back themselves. And it's a terribly emotional event for people that can change, end the whole loop together. So it's a very, very important, and it's a great benefit for themselves, but also a great benefit to the local economy. So it's a fantastic. How
would people get in touch with Leitrim Roots idea? How do they apply or sort of find out more about it?
Well, if you go on leitrimrootsfestival.com, the whole range of events are there. So also if you get in contact with the genealogy centre itself in Ballinamore, and also it's very much part of the gathering event as well. So that's a terribly important, it's a big event. So it's a flagship event for that. So we're working good on that.
Jolo, it's as usual a great pleasure to talk to you and very informative. And if you're out there and you think you might have roots somewhere in Leitrim down the years, do come and do check out the website. It's the Ballinamore Library. I think if you just Google in Ballinamore Library or Google in Leitrim Roots on your computer, you should be able to find out more. Now, I came to Leitrim way back in 1973, and one of the first people I met was a man called Packy Dignan. Now, Packy Dignan was a flute player of high renown, very highly regarded, and sadly he's no longer with us. Indeed, there's the festival every January in Drumshanbo, County Leitrim, dedicated to the memory of Packy Dignan. But one of the things he used to always say to me, you know, he used to talk about this thing called the lifting of the latch. Now, if you had the lifting of the latch, it meant you had enough money to get into the pub, buy 1 pint. And if you were anywhere canny as a musician or anywhere canny as a storyteller or entertainer, you could drink for the night practically for just that price of that 1 pint. I wrote a little song a few years ago that goes like this, and it's, you can join in if you feel like it. Excuse me, sir, I need the lifting of the latch. Can you spare that much for me? For the price of a pint, and if you're inclined, you can join any company. You can join any company. Well, there's many's the day when I would stray to me local hostelry. In me pocket not a scratch, but the lifting of the latch to engage in a revelry. But then I would spy a likely guy spending money fast and free. And in no time at all, you'd hear him call, give your man what he's having on me. Ho! Accuse me, sir, I need the lifting of the latch. Can you spare that much for me? For the price of a pint, and if you're inclined, you can join any company. You can join any company. Well, I've listened to tales old and new, and all subjects I've advised, on matrimony and trigonometry and stranger things besides. Men's deepest thoughts are oft times brought to seek my counselling. Well, the parish priest in his confession seat hasn't heard as much as me. Excuse me, sir, I need the lifting of the latch. Can you spare that much for me? For the price of a pint, and if you're inclined, you can join any company. You can join any company. And the Stenson says this all the time. You know, there's them that say that I wouldn't pay for a drink to save me hide. But the truth be told, sure I've never owned what would get me through the night. Oh, me songs and me yarns are me only charms, and have stood me well till now. I don't come here to provide good cheer, just another drink in your round. You ready? Excuse me, sir, I need the lifting of the latch. Can you spare that much for me? For the price of a pint, and if you're inclined, you can join any company. You can join any company.
Well, Charlie, I don't know if you're better at the talking or at the singing, but you deserve a second round of applause for that.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Donald.
And we're going to have some tunes from the flute playing quarter of the room over here. How are we doing? Right, so. Take her away. Oh, yeah. Keep going.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, Leitrim is a land of flute players and highly renowned for flute players. And I really think I should mention the flute players there you heard. You heard John Carty earlier on the fiddle. He's also a great banjo player, but that was him on the flute. Lorraine Sweeney to his left, and then Tommy Guihan, one of the finest flute players in the world. Sean Gilrain from Ballinaglara there on the flute as well. And from London, Mick Mulvey, and he has a lovely album out as well. Now, the Bowron player, of course, there was Donal Lunny, but the actual Bowron itself, you might have thought you were listening to a double bass at one point there, but that was actually the Bowron, and Donal manages to make a double bass and a Bowron sound just the same. And we must mention as well that that particular Bowron is owned by one of the finest music house owners in Carrick-on-Shannon. His name is Willie Cryan, and give Willie a big round of applause. No, I feel I have to say, because we are being overwhelmed by messages from people from all over the world who have Leitrim connections, and we're delighted to hear from you and delighted that you're enjoying what's going on here, because we're having a great time, aren't we? Yeah. We're having a wonderful time here with music tonight. Now, people who aren't from Leitrim maybe, or have no Leitrim connection, might wonder, where exactly is Leitrim? So let's have a look. There it is. You see the Leitrim, the little green thing up there on the screen? That's the county of Leitrim. The little red dot is where we are now, Carrick-on-Shannon. And that line across there goes from Carrick-on-Shannon to Ireland West Airport, Knock. Now, going back to the little dot on the map, we're coming to this evening from the dock in Carrick-on-Shannon. Now, on Friday night this Friday night, one of the finest contemporary music groups from Ireland are called Scullion, featuring Sonny Condell, Philip King and Robbie Oberson. They'll be here if you're in Carrick-on-Shannon this weekend, Friday night. Come along and see them, see Scullion doing some music for us. Now, the next person we're going to talk to, I was on the radio with this man, and I said, what else do you do, Joseph, besides wear a suit and walk around a big office? And people wonder that, don't they? Yeah. But he is, in fact, Director of Services with Leitrim County Council, and no harder worker than Joseph. And Joseph, this year, his big project, apart from all the work he does in planning, his big project this year is the Carrick 400, Carrick-on-Shannon 400 Festival. He keeps telling me to say Carrick-on-Shannon, not just Carrick, in case people get lost. Joseph, Carrick-on-Shannon 400, tell me all about it.
Well, it's an opportunity to celebrate the birthday of Carrick-on-Shannon. It's 400 years in 2013 since the charter of the town was signed by King James, and it's a great opportunity, a milestone not to pass without celebration, but it's a great opportunity for us in Leitrim and in Carrick-on-Shannon to be able to celebrate such a charter quite openly. And we used the opportunity to put together a calendar of events for the year, which will run from February till November. Well,
Enniskillen last year, Enniskillen from Manna, they had their 400th anniversary last year, and you've got together with them on a particular project.
We did. We got together on what we call a Trin Traditions project, and that is about the two county towns having the opportunity to celebrate their 400th anniversary. And that project is going to have a culmination in the Carrick-on-Shannon event, having been part of the 400 last year.
Well, Maureen Carty is our stage, what do you call her, or something or other over there. She's waving frantically at me. Those pictures that you saw up there, they're some of the events that are going to be happening as part of Carrick-on-Shannon 400 next year.
That's right. Carrick-on-Shannon 400 is full of events, many of which you saw passing up on the screen while we were speaking.
But one of the events I was very interested in, and we see pictures here. There's the smallest church. Somebody said the second smallest church in the world. Yes. That's just right in the heart here, just down the road here, Carrick-on-Shannon. There's the said Willie Cryan, who we mentioned earlier on, and with the said pint in his hand. And there's Ben Lennon, and he'll be part of the Leitrim Equation concert, which happens in November 2013. Now, one of the things, Joseph, that we talked about earlier on was a photographic exhibition, which goes photographs right back into the 19th century of
literally as far as back as we can find photographs. As part of the Trin Traditions project, is going to have past, present, and looking into the future. But it's about trying to capture as much history as we can from a photographic perspective over that 400 years.
And that will be held in St. George's Church, which has recently been turned into a wonderful art centre.
It's a wonderful visitor centre celebrating the heritage of the area right across County Leitrim. And it's a wonderful addition for visitors to the area to get to appreciate the heritage and the history of the county and the surrounding area.
Joseph, we wish you every success with the Carrick-on-Shannon 400 next year, the Year of the Gathering 2013. Well, our Leitrim Equation group, Seamus, John and Donald, they've only been sort of down in Leitrim for the last 2 or 3 months, but already they're discovering songs and tunes and things that people in Leitrim didn't even know about. And one of them is going to be sung now by Seamus Begley, and I think you're going to love this. Listen carefully to the words of this really, really plaintive song. This is called O'Reilly from the County Leitrim.
Oh, don't listen too carefully to the words. When first I came unto this country, it was to view the sweet flowers gay. I fell in love with a pretty fair maiden. She appeared to me like Queen of May. I asked her kindly if she would marry, or if she would choose to be a sailor's wife. Oh no, kind sir, I would rather tarry, and I will choose the sweet single life. Oh, fairest creature, the pride of nature, why do you differ from all female kind? For you are youthful, both fair and handsome. For to marry you I am much inclined. Oh, now, kind sir, for I must tell you, I have been promised these 5 years or more to one O'Reilly from the county Leitrim, which often grieves my poor heartful sore. Thank you very much.
Now, Seamus, that was absolutely great. The funny thing about Seamus, if you spend any time with him, he never leaves the accordion out of his hand, and sometimes he'll be in the middle of a conversation and he'll illustrate something he wants to say with a tune. And I thought the way you sang that, Seamus, and then played the tune on the accordion. Sure, Shield. Absolutely wonderful. It's great to know that you're all watching out there and we're getting loads and loads of messages. I have this vision because a lot of the messages are from people who are playing along with everybody here. They are sitting at home with their accordions, their tin whistles, their flutes or whatever it is, and their guitars, and they're joining in. Thomas and Regina, they say hello from Frankfurt in Germany. They're enjoying a Guinness. Now, Willie, they're not even in your pub and they're enjoying a Guinness and loving the music. Michael is listening from Wyoming in the USA. Now for you, Wyoming, believe it or not. I wonder is it as cold there as it is here. And it's lovely, she says, it's lovely to hear Seamus again. They met in Roscommon and again in Denver, Colorado, Seamus. There you go. Say hello, Seamus. Hello. There you go. Bernard Keelty from Connecticut, and he says that this is a praise for Micheál O'Donnell and his production team. He says the music is wonderful, the production, the light, the sound is all very well done, and hopes for many, many more broadcasts in the future. Thank you so much for that, Bernard Keelty. Thomas in Largenfeld, Germany, he says he's watching this and it brings back memories of their little cabin cruiser in Carrick just 4 weeks ago. And they hope to come back Leitrim sooner rather than later. A lot of people actually come back and stay. That's the thing. Bernie from New Zealand says, great show, happening to be listening and playing along with the music. So there, give them all a big round of applause. They're fantastic. Now, as we were telling you earlier on, we have been asking people to submit photographs to our Facebook page, photographs of Leitrim that they've taken and from their archives, and we've been inundated with and highly impressed with the photographs. So we're going to show you another 5 of those now. They're going to be coming up on your screen very shortly. These were all taken in Leitrim. The first one was done by J.J. O'Hara, is his name, and some people here might recognise, maybe you've been there too, it's lovely Loch Gill, J.J. O'Hara. Aoife Dignan, she's a photographer, and she took this one up in Glenaid. I used to play in Glenaid at dances every Wednesday in an old corrugated iron tin hut. And Linda Gavigan did the next one, and it's the famous place, Loch Brannan. You've heard of the song, The Shores of Loch Brannan. Finola was talking about it earlier on. There's the actual place for you there to see. Sup for All from Friarstown. Imagine getting up on one of those things now and going up the river. You can do that if you come to Leitrim. David O'Hara took the photograph, and you can actually go on one of those things if you like. Now, the last one, isn't that a beautiful sunset? We see that every night we look out the back window. That's a Leitrim sunset by Richard Shoon. Now, so there you go. Some great, give those photographs. Aren't they fantastic photographs? There's no doubt about it. Well, I often tell people in my shows that we're privileged here in Leitrim to be so close to a place called Ireland West Airport in Knock. It's a place you can literally be almost in any part of Europe in literally 40 minutes from home. We get into the car and almost in 50 minutes we're on the plane. It's that kind of a place. But one of the people who has been involved with Ireland West Airport Knock from the very beginning is my next guest. His name is Liam Scollin. Liam, it's good to see you.
Thank you very much, Charlie.
What has Knock Airport, as we know it, Ireland West Airport Knock, what has it meant for tourism in places? Now, you're a regular visitor to Leitrim. What kind of feedback do you get from people who have come through the airport to Leitrim?
Well, one of the things we say about Knock, is that it's not an airport, that it's a state of mind. And it's a sort of a state of mind of a place where people are from this area. They love places like Leitrim here. And we're so delighted to be sort of able to bring people from Germany, from France, Italy, especially next year, and from the UK and everywhere like that, right into this beautiful county that we've been all celebrating tonight. So I suppose what is Knock? I suppose we've got 25 flights. We've got 700,000 people coming through this year. And when we spoke to...
That's 25 flights a day.
25 flights a day,
yes,
or
yes.
25 routes overall coming in, 700,000 people this year. And when we asked people from Germany and from France and Italy and these places this year what they thought of this area, what they liked most about coming through the airport, they said it was the authentic experience of Ireland that they were getting when they were coming to the West. And we're delighted to be so close to Leitrim and to be able to bring people in here.
What I love about Knock is you literally get out of your car, park it. Within 5 minutes you're having a coffee in the coffee bar, and then within 10 minutes you could be on your plane out of the place. And equally so when you arrive back, or when you arrive into Knock Airport, it's just so accessible. There's none of this queuing, there's no waiting on your luggage. It's literally there for you when you arrive. Get into your hired car and you're in Leitrim in 40 minutes.
It is, we're such an easy airport to go through. Families particularly like to come through us because they won't lose their kids on the way. Everything is very near to you. And I know looking into next year, we have Lufthansa coming in from Germany with flights. We have Ryanair coming in from Italy, Ryanair coming in from Paris or from Beauvais in Paris, and a whole host of airlines coming in from right across the UK. And one thing I'd like to say to audiences out there across Europe tonight, is that as an airport, we're not just doing this tonight as a promotion. We're also musicians ourselves.
Indeed, we know that.
I've played a little bit myself to my cost, but we have Jim Curry here tonight, who actually works as an aeronautical engineer for the airport, but he also plays in his spare time with the Turlough O'Carolan band, who many people will have heard of. And so we've also had an All-Ireland Bowron player who worked for us. We have a host of musicians. So we feel we're very much involved in the region, and just love the thought of being able to help people who are not just Irish, but are all over the world, but who feel they are Irish or feel they have a connection with us through music, to be actually able to come so close in here through the airport. And I can tell you, and I promise to people across Europe tonight, we'll make it very easy for you to get into Leitrim in 2013, and we'll help you make it a very happy place for you to be. And I would like to thank tonight Creative Northwest, the Creative State Northwest, for actually working with the airport and with Leitrim Tourism and Leitrim County Council tonight on being able to sort of create this event tonight, and hopefully many more. And for people out there tonight, enjoy leitrim.com. Come in and just get through the airport, look at the website and the host of things that you'll be able to do tonight.
Well, I know, Liam, you're a great accordion player, even though you keep it in the car. You keep it in the car very quietly. But Liam, it's been a pleasure to talk to you. If you want to book flights on Ireland West Airport, just go into the website, irelandwest.com. You should be able to, or even just Google in Ireland West, and you'll find how you can get here from wherever you are. And it's good to know that you're with us. Now, our next guest is a man called Pádraig McGovern. He's going to join with the Leitrim Equation group on his pipes. Now, I don't know whether we're going to get a close close-up of Pádraig's pipes or not. But if you look very carefully, with just at that little tube that normally goes, I think, from the bag into the chanter, you'll see that it's... Can you show it to us there, Pádraig? Do you know what that is? That's the tube out of a milking machine, believe it or not. And you've heard of improvisational musicians, but he takes it to a new art. He's going to play some tunes along with Donal and John Carty. Would you welcome Pádraig McGovern? Thanks. Well, you can't say you're not getting a bit of everything tonight. Wasn't that just wonderful playing from Pádraig McGovern and his milking machine? Give him a big round of applause. I spoke to John McCartan earlier on, and I often wonder where he actually gets the time to do all the different things that he does, because not only is he a county councillor, but he also runs his own family business called Newtown Gore Engineering over there in Newtown Gore in the other part of Leitrim. But as well as that, he told me about 2 or 3 or maybe 4 years ago now, he told me he was going to do an MA in Irish Traditional Music Performance at the Irish World Academy of Music and Dance. I said, God, that's an awful mouthful. It's going to be... See, John likes to put his credentials down on the bottom of his, when he signed John McCartan, so he's going to go M-A-I-T-M-P-A-R-W-A. I said, John, where are you getting all these initials from? John, you went down and did this MA. Tell me all about it.
Yeah, well, I suppose it's an opportunity for musicians who have sort of established themselves within the tradition and have gotten to a certain point and need that extra little kick in the backside to get them moving again. And it was a wonderful experience. It was fantastic to go down there and get to assess your own music alongside some of the greats and some of your heroes. And Niall here was course director when I was there, and he facilitated us and basically gave us a wish list. And I wrote down my favourite musicians, and Niall went out and got them for me and made them sit down with me, and I taught them lots.
Yeah. Niall Keegan, originally this music course was founded by Micheál O'Sullivan way back, what, 96, 97?
94.
94. When did you get involved?
I was involved from the start. I was involved in the course. The program itself started in 97, I think.
Yeah.
And the centre started in 94 as a research centre, and moved on and grew all sorts of programs, such as the MA in Traditional Music Performance, and the BA in Irish Music and Dance, and the MAs in Contemporary Dance, Classical Strings Performance. So the genre sort of the load is wide, but we have an awful lot of traditional musicians there.
Isn't that fantastic? Well, you have, of course, Leitrim connections.
I do. My mother's from Ballinaglara.
Yeah, the town of the town of the priests, isn't it? Ballinaglara.
It is a great place. Great place.
Yeah.
As Sean Gilmain will tell us.
Alan Reid, you are presently on the course, and what's happening? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I'd done the BA previous to this, so went straight into.
So you can actually do a BA in traditional Irish music.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Didn't know that. Now, there's something for you. If you want to come to Ireland, you can do a BA in Irish music. I think after hearing the music now, you're going to have a lot of applications for this course. The music of John McKenna, John, you'd be well aware of that Tarman area and all that kind of carrying. So you're going to play a couple of tunes from John McKenna.
Yeah, we're going to play 3 tunes. The middle one, I know the name of, is Up Leitrim. Sean Gilrain reliably informs to pass no remarks on the names of John McKenna tunes. He brought many's a tune with him to America, where he settled in Manhattan, and put his own names on them afterwards, called them after townlands and areas that he was lonesome for. But I think Up Leitrim's a particularly good name for a tune.
So here they go. Give them a big round of applause. John McCartan, Alan Reid and Niall Keegan.
Thank you.
Niall Keegan there, John McCartan and Alan Reid, getting a little bit jazzy there towards the end there, if you don't mind my saying so. We're getting into the improvisational side of things. I doubt if John McKenna played them like that somewhere or other. Great, great music altogether. Well done, people. Now, I've just been reminded by Liam Scollin to tell you that the website for Ireland West Airport is irelandwestairport.com, not irelandwest.com, but irelandwestairport.com. A date for your diary. He also tells me that the next live Irish music webcast will be on Thursday, the 31st of January, featuring Cathy Jordan and guests. So it'll be almost as good as this. That's all I can say about it. That okay, Liam? So tune in to irelandwestrad.com at 8 p.m. on January the 31st and watch out for the Facebook page. Now, we talked earlier on about our Facebook photograph competition. We're now going to give you the winners of this competition, and we're going to show you the pictures and the prizes. So we're going to give them in reverse order. These are the Love Leitrim photo contest winners. Now, in 5th place, it was by Anne Bolton, and she wins 2 CDs from Leitrim and Lunasa, and that was a picture of Loch Rinn. Then now the next one, 4th prize, she also gets 2 Leitrim Equation CDs, and this is a beautiful picture as far as I'm concerned, because it's a place we all know here in Leitrim and we pass by regularly. Isn't that beautiful? Loch Bran there. And the winner of the 4th prize, she wins 2 Leitrim Equation CDs, is Linda Gavigan. Now, the prize for our 3rd prize is a really special pendant made by Sinclair Silver. It's a Sinclair Silver pendant, and it's a walk in the woods in Dromahair, and it was done by Val Robes. Isn't that beautiful? Wouldn't you love to go there? Absolutely beautiful to see that. Now, our 2nd prize, there are 2 great musicians in this prize. They are Tom Morrow and Mossy Martin, and that was won by J.J. O'Hara, which is a picture of Loch Gill. And God, that looks fantastic. It looks amazingly big in that, no doubt about it. But the winner of 2 flights from Ireland West Airport in Knock is a photo of father and son of an early morning paddle on the SUPs. Those are those special vehicles for going up and down lakes and things, by David O'Hara. Give them all a big round of applause. Weren't they fantastic? Now, I just want to tell you that if you are thinking of entering for the main competition, the lines are now closed for that. There's no point. Don't be putting any more entries. And we will be announcing the winner of that competition, which is a really, really good prize, a little bit later on in the programme. But now, we're back to the Leitrim Equation musicians. They don't know it, but they're going to be playing. John Carty nearly fallen asleep there, I think. Are you all right, John?
Just about.
Just a bit, okay. They're going to do a couple of tunes called Music in the Glens and the Maids of Castlebar. One of the sponsors that people probably weren't aware of were Clark Shoes, and you saw a very good shot of John Carty's shoes there, and he's a Clark Shoes wearer. Really good shot of your shoes there on that one. Did you notice that, John, yourself? Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. How much are they giving you for that? Don't know about it. Well, look, we've got lots of you are writing in. I spent a little short time at Charlotte Airport on my way to the Merle Festival in Carolina a couple of years ago, and Pat and Cindy are watching us in Charlotte. Hello, Pat, and hello, Cindy. Hope you're joining in with the old Dobros and the American fiddles over there. Naja says greetings from Berlin. Message for Charlie Donald and the musicians: if you get to Dromahair, sup for all will take you walking on water. Somebody thought Peter was the only fella that did that, but they're doing it in Leitrim every day of the week. Down the River Bonnet through Friarstown to the Lake Isle of Innisfree. Greetings from Jan van der Klee in the Netherlands. He had the pleasure of travelling through Leitrim last July and even joined in a session in a lovely village at Drumsna. Carry on the brilliant work. And that's the kind of thing you can do. The great thing about Leitrim is if you only play one or two tunes on the tin whistle, you can always bring it with you and whip it out when nobody's looking, and nobody will pass a bit of remarks on you. In fact, they'll give you praise if you bite them drink, particularly. Sonia from Saxonia in Germany would like to say hello to all her friends that she met and set dance with earlier this year, probably at the Joe Mooney Summer School as well. Now, our next guest, she's the tourism officer for Leitrim County Council, and she's been very heavily involved with the Gathering 2013. Indeed, she has me run like a red ragged bull around the place for the last number of months. Her name is Sinead McDermott. Sinead, we've been talking about all the great things that are happening in Leitrim, and it's hard really to find things that we left out, but I'm sure the Gathering has a few things that we didn't talk about.
It has indeed, Charlie, and as everyone knows, next year is the year of the Gathering, which is the Paul Challenge Initiative, to invite not only people back home again, but to invite people to Ireland as well. People who've never been to Ireland, maybe this is an opportunity for them to come. Every town and village, I think, throughout Ireland is going to host some kind of an event, from a family gathering to a school reunion to maybe a community festival or whatever, and Leitrim is also there as well.
Mm-hmm.
We've plenty of events. Today we've up to about 18 events organised and many more to come.
And you can go and find out more about these events in www.enjoyleitrim.ie.
That's correct, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, correct.
The Gathering, of course, 2013, it's one of the biggest events we've had. And, you know, we like to say in Leitrim that we're not just selling you a pig in a poke. If you come to Leitrim, you're going to get value for your dollar, value for your euro, because there's so much happening.
Also, yeah, I mean, Leitrim is well known for its many events and festivals. I think every town and village throughout Leitrim at some stage throughout the year has an event, whether it could be an angling event or a hill walking event or family festivals either. So there's always something going on. And then obviously next year with the Carrick-on-Shannon 400 and the Fiach Ceol, there's lots happening. But Leitrim is a county where there's so much to do and plenty of activity with the many lakes and rivers around the county. You know, water sports are huge, angling is huge, our uncrowded hills for our hill walking. There's so much to do in Leitrim.
You'd begin to wonder, where do we get any time for anything else?
You would,
besides enjoying ourselves, because that's usually what we do all the time around Leitrim. That's why I stayed in it anyway. Sinead, it's good to talk to you, and I wish you every success with the Carrick 400 and, of course, the Gathering 2013. Sinead McDermott, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Now, a lady who lives just up the road from me in a place called Carrick-on in County Leitrim, she's a singer that I've known since she was about 16 years of age, where the late Tony McGowan was one of her teachers in the Drumshanbo Vocational School. And he kept telling me about this girl that could sing better than Joan Baez, better than Dolores Kane, better than Maura O'Connell. And I said, nobody can sing better than Maura O'Connell. But I met her, and boy, she does. There's no doubt about it. Her name is Eleanor Shanley, and she's here tonight. She's going to sing tonight with her brother John, and it's great to see John again. He deserted us in our Drumshanbo choir a few years ago, but hopefully he'll come back to us at some point or other. They're going to sing the lovely song, My Own Leitrim Home.
Other counties may boast of the rich lands, where fat cattle roam at their will. give me a home in all Breffni, at the foot of a wind-covered hill, there to smell the sweet scent of the heather, and hear the lone curlew caw, the rose tapping light on the casement, and God's blessed peace over all. It is there that my thoughts ever linger, no matter wherever I roam. I ask not for fame or for fortune, just give me my own Leitrim home.
Shimbo wakens up in the morning, all clad in a mantle of grey. Sleeping near and shines down on the Shannon to wish it Godspeed on the way. Lochgill with its castle-crowned islands, the bright sparkling gem of the west. She begged like a fond loving mother as she clasped in the pool to her breast.
Is there that my thoughts ever linger, no matter wherever I roam? I ask not for fame or for fortune, just give me my own Leitrim home. It is sweet for to visit old Carrick and meet the kind friends I once knew, to hear the God save and God bless you in accents so tender and true, or to roam through the cloisters of Fona, where once blessed Uilleann has sway. There my family, my friends and relations are sleeping their long sleep away. It is there that my thoughts ever linger, no matter wherever I roam. I ask not for fame or for fortune, just give me my own Leitrim home. The joys of an old Leitrim cottage when the cold winter's nights come along, and the neighbours troop into the kitchen and fill it with laughter and song, and the banshee sits in the corner and sings of the days that are gone, when the banshee's wholehearted welcome takes a chill from the cold winter's blast. It is there that my thoughts ever linger, no matter wherever I roam. I ask not for fame or for fortune, just give me my own Leitrim home. I ask not for fame or for fortune, just give me my own Leitrim home.
Well, with a hop, skip, and a jump, she's down beside me. She can never get away from me. I'm irresistible to her. That's how.
Well,
it is.
I'd say I'm shock and fit from lepping across Shee Beg every day and lepping across at Shee Moor.
Wasn't that wonderful? John and Eleanor Shanley, weren't they great there? Absolutely wonderful. Well, as I said, I've known Eleanor Shanley since she was about 16 years of age, and you know, I'll never forget, Eleanor, the first time. I think I was playing up in Keshcarrick. What's the place pub? The Hill. What's the name of that pub there?
There's McKeown's and there's Gertie's.
It was McKeown's, and the news came in that Eleanor Shanley had joined Dannon. And I'm not kidding you. You couldn't have joined. It would may as well have joined the Beatles, as far as they were concerned. People were just astounded when they heard this news. What was it like for you?
It was fantastic because, see, I didn't know anyone in the music business, and I was found unbelievably in the corner of a pub. And I ended up going from a 9-to-5 job to touring the world with Dannon. So it was a big culture shock. And the reality didn't sink in for about 2 years.
Yeah. But you really did step onto a roller coaster at that particular time. I remember we used to see you most weekends. We'd see you when you'd be down. You worked in the swivel service at the time, wasn't that right?
I was in Foss.
Yeah, in the Foss, that's right. And we'd see you most weekends, and suddenly you disappeared, and we didn't see you for about 2 or 3 years. What was it like, sort of touring around Europe at that time?
Well, I was definitely a kind of a tourist for quite a while, and then I realised, oh my God, this is the music business. I'm doing this for real. Come on to yourself.
Yeah.
But it was fantastic, and I was very lucky because I got on really well, and I still get on really well with the lads in Didan, and so.
Yeah. And of course, there's been Folk the Recession since with McCanley and Seamus, of course, as well.
Seamus vaguely here, yeah.
Seamus doesn't want to admit to being involved in that, I'm thinking, because it's a bad word at the beginning. Folk the Recession. Do you know what I mean? But
it's only Seamus says the bad word.
He's very religious. Well, Eleanor, as usual, it's great to talk to you, and we're going to introduce some people to you now. They were very successful in this year's Fleadh Cheoil na hÉireann, which, you know, to get third in the All-Ireland Fleadh competition is a major event for a Ceili band. They're just one of the finest Ceili bands, and you'll notice a complete difference in the style of music that these people play. It's Ceili music, it's for dancing. They're the Moylurg Ceili Band. No, that's what I call music. That was just fantastic. The Moylurg Ceili Band, and I feel I should mention that the piano player, Mick Blake, who's a man from Donegal, from up near Letterkenny, that direction. But Mick Blake, if you go into YouTube and just up on the top, just put in Mick Blake Leitrim, you will hear one of the finest songs ever to have been written about Leitrim and about the way we are. So go in again, Mick Blake and Leitrim. I think you're going to love it, no doubt about it. Now, the moment has finally arrived when we're going to announce the winner of our main competition. And what a prize is on offer. You know, it's a really, really big prize. We're now in a position to let you know who the winner is. So, as you can see on your screen, the winner is Gerd Feldhaus of Dortmund in Germany. Give him a big round of applause. He is going to have his flights from Leitrim. Look at, he's going to be, see that bedroom up on the right hand side? That's where him and his family and his guest are going to be. He brings a guest along to Lochrain Castle, and there he'll be up. They let him even drive the boat on the Moon River if he wants to come down. Donald Lunny will assist. He'll be the assistant navigator. There's no doubt about it. So congratulations. Give him a big round of applause. Gerd Feldhaus from Germany. Now, before we go to our next piece of music, I want to remind you that there is a brand new competition going to be happening, and this is going to be going right up until the 20th of December. We'll be announcing a little bit more about that after this. But first, let's have some polkas, more John McKenna polkas, the Leitrim Equation Group. Well, I think it's no need to say, don't go away, you guys. Come back and join in the music. The Moylord Ceili Band are on the way. They want to get good seats down in Cryans, and so they're on their way down. But wait till the end of the programme. It's great to know that you've all been listening. Have you all been having a good time? Yeah. Well, it's also good to know, I never knew that there was a Melbourne in the USA, but believe it or not, because Joe and Jean Fitzgerald are enjoying the show. They say keep playing the reels. Anna and Raymond are in Glasgow, loving the music. They're just missing a pint of Guinness in Cryans Bar. God, Willie, you be paying all these people to put all these things down here. They must go to bed very early in Germany, but I think the lady in this one has taken a fancy to Seamus Begley, because she says the husband's gone to bed, but she's still here. So greetings from Essen in Germany. There you go, Seamus, you're away. There's no doubt about it. That'll be an invitation for Christmas, no without it. Yeah. Oh, really? Well, why have we got USA? I knew there wasn't. We'll be out, Joe and Jean will be out for Christmas. That's the only thing we can say. Now, I did say before we'd go that we talk about the new competition. So we're going to put it up on the screen now to tell you exactly what it is. It's for 2 adults and for 2 children, and it goes right up until the 20th of December. Return flights for 2 adults and 2 children to Ireland West Airport, Knock. You're going to get car hire as well while you're here. 7 days self-catering accommodation with boat hire, care of Leitrim Quay cottages, and they each have their own cruiser and boat and electric bikes for going. No need to pedal, they'll go by themselves. So there you go. Now here we are, we've come to the end of our Leitrim Equation webcast. I've had a wonderful time. You've all had a great time, haven't you? And we do hope that you had. We'd like to thank all our advertisers, our prize sponsors, our Leitrim Equation group, of course, the Leitrim musicians who were fantastic altogether. Give the Leitrim musicians a big round of applause. All the staff here at the dock, and especially Leitrim County Council, Ireland West Airport and Leitrim Tourism. What better way than to go out with a song, in a sad in a way because we lost Larry Cunningham this year, but what a great song he sang and what a great ambassador he was for this Leitrim County as well. So here we're going out. Goodbye, everybody. Don't forget the other webcast that's coming up. When is that happening? That's happening, I think, on the 31st of January. Is that right? 21st of January, and it's coming. That'll be with Kathy Jordan and company. We're going out. See you all again sometime soon. This is lovely Leitrim.
Last night I had a pleasant dream. I woke up with a smile. I dreamt that I was back again in dear old Erin's Isle. I thought I saw our spots in the valleys down below. Sure it was my lovely Leitrim where the Shannon waters flow. I stood enchanted by the scene of grandeur and delight. I headed on for Carrick-on before the dark of night. I passed Shee Moor, that fairy hill where the flowers wildly grow, and I saw the grave of Finalists where the Shannon waters flow.
The next I saw was Fina town with her ancient abbey walls, where the preaching of her holy monks re-echoes to her halls. I stood with reverence at the spot, reluctant far to go, from the town of saints and sages where the Shannon waters flow.
My eyes are dim and wet with tears, for I must be dreaming still. For I thought I saw those heroes who died on Selton Hill. But the fog was lifting from the sea, and I am forced to go and leave this land so fair and grand where the Shannon waters flow. Travel far from these great lands, from the east unto the west. But of all the islands I have seen, I love my own the best. And if ever I return again, there's one place I must go. It will be to lovely Leitrim, where the Shannon waters flow.
Hold on. Before you go away, did you have a good time?